Once upon a time, in a quiet village on the edge of a vast, mysterious forest, there lived a young girl named Beauty. She was admired not only for her delicate appearance, but for the warmth and kindness that shone from her heart. Even in difficult times, she remained patient, cheerful, and thoughtful. She lived with her father, a once wealthy merchant, and her two older sisters, who were vain and selfish. Despite their faults, Beauty cared for them, tending to her father, preparing meals, and keeping their home filled with laughter and light. Her father had once been prosperous, but misfortune had left him penniless. One day, he set off on a journey to sell his remaining goods in a distant town, hoping to recover a portion of their lost fortune. But a violent storm destroyed his caravan, leaving him cold, hungry, and lost in the forest. Hours passed as he wandered, until he stumbled upon a magnificent castle hidden among towering trees. Its spires stretched into the sky, golden gates glimmered in the fading light, and ivy climbed the walls like a living tapestry. Desperate for shelter, he approached, and to his astonishment, the gates opened silently. Inside, the castle was vast, quiet, and strangely welcoming. In its heart, he discovered a garden unlike any he had seen. Trees heavy with fruit, glowing flowers, and roses that shimmered with magical light. Hoping to bring a gift to Beauty, he plucked a single rose. Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a shadow fell over him. A towering beast appeared, massive and terrifying, with fiery eyes.
Why the rose had been taken.
Trembling, the merchant explained his plight, pleading for mercy. The beast's voice rumbled with sorrow and anger as he delivered a grim ultimatum. The merchant must send one of his daughters to live in the castle, or face terrible consequences. Heartbroken, the merchant returned home and shared the dreadful news. His older daughters shrieked in anger and refused to go, but Beauty, listening quietly, stepped forward.
Father, I will go. I must save you.
Her courage shone brighter than her fear. And though her family begged her to stay, she kissed her father goodbye and set out for the castle. Her journey through the forest was long and dark. Yet she walked with determination, guided by her love for her family. Upon her arrival, the castle loomed before her, magnificent and intimidating. The beast appeared, but instead of striking or roaring, he led her to a room filled with warmth and comfort. She was offered food, soft blankets, and a place to rest. Over the following days, Beauty explored the castle, and discovered endless halls filled with treasures. Towering bookshelves and sparkling gardens under the moonlight. Soft music drifted through the corridors, as if the castle itself were alive. At first, she was frightened of the beast. His enormous size and fearsome appearance were intimidating, and the silence of the castle was eerie. But gradually, she began to notice the gentleness beneath his exterior. He treated her with respect, spoke kindly, and gave her space to be herself. Beauty soon learned the truth of the beast's sorrow. He had once been a handsome prince, proud and arrogant, who had angered a sorceress. She had cursed him, transforming him into a beast. Only true love, freely given, could break the spell. For years he had lived in solitude, known only by whispers of the forest. With her warmth and laughter, Beauty began to fill the castle with life again. She shared her dreams, her fears, and her stories of the village. The beast listened patiently, sometimes smiling, sometimes laughing at her curiosity. Slowly, the halls softened, echoing with music, laughter, and companionship. The beast, whose heart had grown cold, began to feel joy again. Days passed, and Beauty and the beast grew closer. She discovered his gentle heart, his love of nature, and the poetry he had written in secret. He revealed his loneliness, and she comforted him with understanding and kindness. Their bond grew into friendship and eventually a deeper, unspoken love. One evening, Beauty asked if she could visit her family. The beast agreed reluctantly, warning her she must return within a week or the curse would become permanent. Beauty returned to her village, welcomed with tears and joy by her family. Yet despite the comforts of home, she could not forget the castle, nor the kind, sorrowful eyes of the beast. When Beauty returned, she found the beast weak and fading. The weight of despair had overtaken him. Seeing him so vulnerable, her heart ached. She ran to him, tears streaming, and whispered the truth she had long carried in her heart.
I love you, not for your form, but for your courage, your kindness, and your heart.
A golden light filled the castle. Magic coursed through the halls, shimmering in every corner, garden, and statue. The beast's form shifted, and he stood before her, a handsome prince, free at last from the curse. The castle, once silent and solemn, became vibrant with life. Flowers glimmered, music filled the halls, and joy echoed from every room. Beauty and the prince were married in a grand celebration, attended by villagers and magical beings alike. The wedding was filled with laughter, music, and dancing into the night. But the greatest magic was the love they shared, a love born from courage, selflessness, and understanding. Together, they ruled the castle and surrounding lands with kindness, generosity, and compassion. The story of Beauty and the Beast spread far and wide, inspiring all who heard it. It reminded everyone that true beauty lies not in appearances, but in the heart. that courage and selflessness are stronger than fear, and that love can transform even the darkest, loneliest moments into something magical and extraordinary. And so, Beauty and the Prince lived happily ever after, proving that kindness, courage, and love are the most powerful treasures in the world. They showed that a heart open to love can overcome any curse, and that true magic is found in the goodness we share with others.